Well, I thought I started stream like 5 minutes ago. Didn't do anything. I just been talking a lot. Uh, I guess I'm gonna have to talk about everything else a second time now, which sucks because my throat was getting dry. Oh well. Start from square one. So I decided not to make that my capital because I don't need to worry about settling over here as much, and the pressure is not going to be bad unless Russia comes up here. Which these two settlements are probably going to be fine. This one especially will be fine. And I'm probably going to get another settlement over here at some point. This isn't amazing, but it would get me furs and horses, as well as potentially being able to hold this pass through here. Honestly, I'm probably going to set one of my cities over here to give me a settler just to speed it up a little bit. Because otherwise up here isn't that useful. Silver would be good because I don't have anything else except for from this city, which is this is the only one I'm not even sure how to pronounce whatsoever. I have no idea. But otherwise it's just like iron, which actually no, sorry, amber already reaches that. Yeah, nothing over here is even good except for going for the amber. So most of my settling is gonna be stuck in the east and west. So oh yeah, the next thing I was gonna talk about was Canberra. So, all right, why is my stream not showing? Good. Want to make sure my stream is showing because it's not showing the screen yet. Maybe it's just a little behind. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little behind. I forgot about that already. Need to reset that. Problem with switching between different games is I have different times I want between the start of the stream, where I'm at currently, and what the stream can see. Because like if I'm playing Valorant or any kind of shooter, it's better to have a delay. But I already forgot I had it set up, and it's for the civilization. It's for civilization, which is completely unnecessary. But whatever. So to keep going on with what I was talking about, there are going to be two industrial zones probably because I really want to get to. I really want to get industrialization so I can figure out where coal is, but more importantly, so I can get to steam power and get both canals and ironclads. Railroads too might be nice as well as the embarked speed. Those are less important to me though. Um, but yeah, I'm going to build up over here, potentially settle here, but my focus is going to be west as well as to a lesser extent east, southeast or whatever. Oh, okay. I forgot to mute my phone. Genius. um, yeah, the focus of the, especially for the early part of this stream, is finish building up my navy and start going after these city states. I already made it clear I was going to go after this one. Going to resettle here. Probably going to be one of my first targets. My biggest issue with going there is what is the pressure going to look like if I try to settle? That's that was actually that there was a part I forgot. I realized that this continent is actually this island is actually part of the continent to the west, not my continent that I've been on. You're not. Yeah, you're not. Which means I could probably turn it into my capital temporarily to make it easier to come over here. But I'm gonna be taking out Mali anyways, so I'm not really thinking it's that necessary to turn this one into a capital. But yeah, so otherwise I'm gonna aim after this city pretty quickly so I can get the two sources of mercury. The only ones I've actually seen. They might be on the map and I just haven't checked yet. And I did decide Kumasi is a great target. The iron's decent, but the incense and the truffles is going to be better for me, as well as just another island because it's really nice having an island when you're practically a thalassocracy. Akkad, very easy to take. Source of spices, although I'm going to get one down here anyways, as well as diamonds, so not that necessary, but they're an easy city to take. I don't want to leave them just sitting there. I'm taking them out. What was it? Yeah, so pretty much you could say the focus of this stream is going to be taking out a few of the city states as well as settling out east. If I go after any civilizations, it'll probably be the Mali. I talked previously about how the Incans are definitely going to be a target, and they 100% are. I'm not sure how long I'll be streaming before it ends. But whether it's this stream, next stream, or at some point, assuming I keep playing this, of course, they're definitely going to get taken out. That's too juicy of a target. Because both, just like the Mali, they look like they're mountained off, but unlike the Mali, they can go through the mountains. Although, again, ugly seeing all those tiles like that, but whatever. But one thing I was also noticing is even though I do want to go after the Egyptians, I probably want to settle a city here at some point so I can get through here and into Rakadat and set up a canal through here, which will be nice. That way I'm also not losing out on the cotton. But I was noticing that Germany, their capital, as well as two of their main cities, if not their only cities, I don't know what their interior looks like. Oh, it looks like they have one down here. Are very vulnerable to a naval invasion, so I can conquer them easily too. Probably go after them around the same time I go after the Incans. I'd probably focus Mali first, Egyptians, worry about the north, and then worry about those two. Although I might have to worry about interior civilizations. Um, I am gonna still keep settling out east. Something I didn't mention is I will turn Utica into a bit of a settler spamming city because of all the food. It's gonna make up for the not being able to. It's gonna make up for the population loss pretty quickly. It's not gonna produce. It's not gonna build them as quickly, unfortunately. But I'm fine with that. Especially with the Kothon, it'll be pretty good anyways. Canberra, though, is going to focus on the eastern one because this is going to be a lot of settler spamming that needs to get out here. Yeah. And then Utica is just going to focus on these islands, pretty much these two spots over here, as well as resettling these islands when I can, as well as any other conquest in general. I think it'll be the best bet to do that. Also, why am I not seeing my chat? I didn't set you to do that. Weird. Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't see my chat for a second. Okay, that's better. Might have pressed X by accident or something. No, I always fat finger things on my phone. But yeah, I think that's everything I was gonna say. You're gonna see a bunch of conquests, I guess, but it's gonna be city states, nothing interesting. I will have to build up. I could use the. Oh yeah, you're over here now. I can use my mana arms over here, but I think I'm just gonna build up a couple of musketmen for when I take out Kumasi. That's the only one I really need it for. Everything else can just be taken by my navy itself, which is probably why I'm actually going to send my melee ships to. Well, if I take out Nagasgramu, I'm probably going to take out these islands first, honestly, just so I can have them. And I don't have to worry about the pressure. Plus, no, these don't count. Selling this one will be good. I can turn it into a capital, though it's going to be a very weak city, so I could settle over here more easily because that will still be a coastline. However, Valbara is over here to the west, so nothing will come from that one as much. But still, as well, this is also Phoenicia. I just realized. I think this is actually what I was gonna. Oh wait, yeah, sorry, yeah, Phoenicia. Maybe I will use that one actually for these ones, but I don't think it's a good idea. It's primarily when I get out here is what I'm questioning. I don't really need to change my capital all that much. Nope. I really do feel like there's something I forgot. That was the bad thing about thinking I was starting to stream when I didn't, because I don't remember what I've said and what I haven't yet for the second time. But whatever, it's gonna be a minimal commentary, just like my previous stream, as well as the recording from the first one. Um, Lots of settlers, but you're gonna watch me build up my navy for a bit. Probably split it. The frigates will definitely be focusing on Kumasi, while the melees will focus on Akkad. But I'll definitely send frigates over here too, because just to make it easier. I'm not sure who's gonna start building up the musketmen though. But yeah, all right. I think I said all I was gonna say. I'm probably gonna go back to watching my own, not my own videos. What I was watching on my TV while I play this. I'm probably gonna play for at least a few hours. If I get sick of it sooner, I'll hop off and I'll say something. But I don't think I'll get sick of it. I'm really enjoying this map and this save in general. So I'm probably going to keep playing this one. I might even play to the end of the game for the first time ever. It'll probably be a score victory, though. I'm not going to go for domination. Definitely not going to go for domination. Just because I just want just to play towards the end of the game. What's 500 turn limit? That's going to be age. That's going to be ages. What was I going to say? I might stream something else after I'm done with this one, anyways. Whether it really does depend on how long this one is. If I keep enjoying myself, I can play this all day. I used to do it all the time before I was streaming or recording any of it, which was not that long ago, I suppose. But I could play Civilization for like 12, 14 hours in a row. It's one of the few games I could play for a long period of time, mainly because it doesn't give me the headache that other games do now. And it doesn't require like being fast, which is something I lack as I've gotten older. Not that I'm old yet, but not doing great in that regard. Um, What was it? Alright. But yeah, so I could play this all day, but it'll probably just be a couple hours. I played Valorant a little bit this morning. It went decently well. The last couple games didn't, which is why I hopped off. But I'll either stream that afterwards or just some other game. We'll see. It's going to depend on my mood and what I need to do later. The only thing I really have planned is um, take care of my cat's litter box. So that will be like 20 minutes, not even. All right. Shutting up now. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I went AFK for a minute and I left the stream going on my phone so I can keep an eye on it. Not that I really expected anyone to be talking. Well, no one did, but still. But that's when I realized that there's been no audio this entire time. At least for the game, anyways. I know I was recording my voice earlier because I did hear myself. But I forgot my settings were set to my headphones and not my speakers. Now, there's the delay on stream, but it should be fixed now. If not, I'm going to keep working on there. I'm going to have to keep an eye out to see if it is fixed or not. I'm not going to do too much more on here until I know it's fixed, and then I'm going to get back to playing. Probably going to grab a drink as well. Went downstairs to grab a cup, but most of my drinks are up here. But yeah, I'm going to try to make sure that's fixed. Just as a kind of like a middle of the stream kind of commentary. Obviously, I'm going to be settling this. That's my next one. And then I'm going to be heading down to Nagazganmu very soon and conquering them and resettling. After those two islands are settled, the other settlers are going to start going to back to this island and going settling there. Still sending settlers out this way. This one's about to head and get my first source of ivory for me. I'm going to settle over here too at some point, but it's not as useful. I might get some amber if I get it in time. And I'll get some whales, but everything else is just I'm okay with losing out on that one. Plus it's kind of going to be a little harder to get to, except for like getting Auckland on my side, which I have gotten to do finally. But this is what I want to go, and then these two are my next settlements after that. Pretty much these are gonna I'm gonna be there's just a bunch of colonies / outposts kind of thing, so that once I have my Kothon going in each city, I can go to them and heal, and then I'll worry about more of my conquests against the actual civilizations. I might not worry about it as much with them, but I'm probably going to do that anyways, just because like this is right next door to them, so I could probably conquer them fine. But going after the Incas, when the closest one is going to be here, that's going to be rough. Like even with that settled, like it's still going to be as close as here and there anyways, as well as up here. Like I'm going to have to settle all of those for that to be useful kind of thing. Same with Germany, is not really a good like halfway post. I think going for Incas and then going for the Germans would be good. Same kind of thing with them. Not sure though. But they'll be a target pretty soon. But now I'm going to mute myself so I can make sure the audio is actually working. Alright, does sound like the game's actually has its audio being recorded this time. Shame that. I'm sorry about that. Again, I know no one really watches me anyways, but I don't like to have like simple errors like such basic things like wrong kind of thing, you know? But regardless, that should be all set for the rest of the stream. I'm probably going to go for a little while longer, probably at least another hour or 2 hours, I would imagine. This is going pretty well. Yeah, don't think there's anything else to talk about. Been a little back and forth. That city was a lot harder to take than I was expecting because of those walls, but otherwise it wasn't like impossible or anything like that. I now have the full amount of frigates. Plus pretty soon I'm going to be, I'm pretty sure these aren't going to be able to explore anymore. And in fact, I'm pretty sure there isn't anything else to explore really. But I'm going to like upgrade them slowly into ironclads and then just like charge them into certain cities. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say. I am exploring out here now. It took me a little while to also get Ugarits up and running. But that's fine. Some barbarian issues too, but I'm going to try clearing them out. But I'm going to also settle over here for the wine. Nothing too amazing, but they're right on top of a volcano, which is why I don't want to settle there. I'm going to settle here, which is kind of close. I'll probably feel the effects of it, but it won't be as bad. Then probably over here or something so I can get the diamonds. But I'm also going to take a look more at the North Sea, because this seems like this is part of the same continent, but I can't really tell just yet for sure. Ooh, it would be cool if there's another potential spot for a canal city, but I don't think there's going to. This looks too thick here. Whatever though, not a big deal. I already got the one I needed. Alright, so more or less back to playing. I'm going to grab a drink real quick though. Sorry about that again.
Commonwealth of Venice, in their armoury, have this inscription: "Happy is that city which in time of peace thinks of war." If it weren't for electricity, we'd all be watching television by candlelight. What gunpowder did for a common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is to underestimate the engineer. It's one thing to surmise.
Ваши люди...
However beautiful the
bolt actions. Opera is when a guy... Opera.
tang prachino. Oi, mfaso kita hamul la jugu yoroti kangangoto.
Alright, I think this will be the last turn, at least for now. I might hop on again later. Ooh, actually, it's going to be the last turn, so change to that one. I might play more. This could just be an intermission real quick. I might need at least a few minutes to relax for a second. I say relax. Not that I really need to relax all that much. But I finally took out the Molly. Tried not to do too much damage to the land, although it ended up being a lot harder than I wanted it to be. I was thinking, oh, just attack them from a distance. Well, for some reason, my dumbass thought I could hit them from here, and I can't. That's a 3 range. Maybe eventually I would have been able to, but I would have had to have waited longer to attack them, and I didn't really want to. And then here's the only 2 range, and yeah, that's hill in the way. No, it's not that bad, like I said. Because of how much money I make, I'm able to just buy units and send them to Niani. I was saying I was going to buy one more, but didn't really need to. Also, this one gave me an extra, the Jade. I didn't want to bother building this one out. And the reason why I destroyed that one was because it just didn't get me anything. I didn't want to have to worry about both of these cities needing to fight for loyalty. But this is my current capital, which very not fitting for a capital. But hey, gameplay-wise, it works. So I might, whether I keep playing or I wait till the next stream, I'm gonna go up to Buenos Aires and take over this region, get that Jade as well, which I don't remember seeing until just now, but whatever the case was, this was oh yeah, no, I do remember seeing it. I'm probably gonna settle my own city though, just because that's not gonna be very easy to keep even with this pressure. So I'll have to figure that part out at least. So, other than Buenos Aires, the focus now is just settle, expand my cities, and head into the northeastern sea. Where was it? These 2 are settled. This is going to be a little bit more annoying, but I'm going to try to take more of this area, though. There's just not really a good spot for it too much. I might take out Yerevan, but that's going to be difficult and not really necessary. Because at most, I think the thing I need to settle for is the salt over here. That would be nice, because otherwise, this is a lot of strategic resources, but the iron's not as good, and the niter's okay, and the coal's okay. Nothing to really fight over right now, though. Nothing to worry about. Probably actually worry from these 2 and have them just focus on that island, just so I can worry about it later. Now, one thing I noticed with all the stuff I've been doing, there is potential for another canal city here at Nagmapu. Or I could settle my own and do it, but whatever. Problem is, I'm noticing was it's just going to be very difficult to settle there without having loyalty problems, because I cannot take those cities easy enough to like not have to just take it and not worry about it. So the idea is I'm going to settle over here once I have another settlement that will become the capital. My guess is either here, which is potential, because there's a couple tiles. It'll grow relatively quickly and I'll get whales from it. Not amazing. Or I could do something over here with Rankul Mapu. Otherwise, I'm going to try to... I'm not sure... I was going to go take out the Barbarian encampment, but it might actually slow down the AI. And this northern region is still open for grass for some reason. There's a lot of mountains on this map script, which is fine with me. Oh, no, now remember. It wasn't like Rankul Mapu. Inca. Incans are a great target for what I'm thinking next anyways. Because... what was it? Both of these cities, I think, were on, North America. So I could capture, well, both, but turn one of them into my capital, and then go for Nagmapu. Now, it'd be a little bit different because this is too separated to really be reliable. So I'm probably gonna have my either build up a second navy or split it, whatever, and have one focus on Nagmapu. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. What am I talking about? It would be a lot of back and forth. I could take out Inca and then go for them, but whatever. I'll figure that out either later if I keep this one going or in my next stream. Inca might be a target sooner than I was expecting, basically. This city I want to get going pretty quickly. This is a good city, and I'm settling it before then Mapuche got there. Mapuche? I think it's Mapuche. This settlement was going to be decent. There's a few, there's spices and a few strategic resources I can reach, but not necessary either. No, gonna have a couple settlers go out this way, try to take this northern area, but primarily my goal or focus is gonna be conquest. There's no doubt I'm gonna win this. Maybe I will do a harder difficulty, maybe not Deity for my future playthroughs. Especially with Phoenicia or any other naval civ I love to do. But I don't really play this, and I don't really care if I win or like lose somehow, kind of thing. Just like building the civilization. Yeah. Bit of annoying barbarians over here before, but now I'm gonna actually be able to focus more heavily over here. If that's the only encampment too, I don't have to worry that much either. Probably focus on taking out Anshan, which isn't that important, but it would open up the sea completely for me, as well as Singapore. With those two city-states, this is open, and then I could also take out Valletta. Just free settling up there. Kabul, I don't worry about. Those barbarians, I don't worry about. I'm gonna actually I'll upgrade finish up this turn before I forget. Oh, I just realized I'm having the audio going. I hope there wasn't too much feedback. Should have been pretty quiet, but I noticed last time I've done it, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out as I go what I'm doing exactly. But I'm really liking this. I will definitely say the main continent might be a little too fractal, I guess you could say. Because I do love it because of the canals and everything, especially for what I'm playing right now. And there are still like large areas of that are just one solid continent kind of thing, so it's not like bad. But I mean, like when I think of Eurasia, I do think of a couple canals, which is the case here, but this is just too thin. Like if Eurasia itself is just huge, bulky. Like I would have probably said had this island somehow connected, and maybe all this water didn't actually exist, or this water didn't exist or something. Well, that would have made this kind of pointless, but still. I'm also going to build up the defenses here. While Mapuche are who I'm thinking of in the future, and Incans are going to be next, the only ones that are really strong, the strongest ones after me, are the Russians, which I'm not surprised. They had no other civilizations up here that I could tell, unless they got crushed early, which, again, I don't see any non-Russian names, so I doubt it. They had all of this to themselves, more or less. And then they could have also had all of this to themselves, too, if they expanded out here quicker. But Zanzibar, actually, funny enough, is what stopped them from going further south. So, thank you, Zanzibar. But don't think I'm gonna like completely like conquer them. I could that, and I might do that as well. But St. Petersburg, Novgorod. Well, sorry, Nizhny Novgorod. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. But Vologda and Tver are all like good cities for me. Oh, decent cities for me to take, especially with this one having Efiala Yokul. Oh, sorry, Efiala Yokul. I think I said it wrong. I probably said it wrong both times, but the second one I think I said it better. Whatever. Yeah, I do like this though. Pretty much I'm going to be just having the whole north and south, which is kind of necessary. I need to make sure navy-wise I have the passes, which is why I was kind of worried about this one. Not as worried because there's so much water down here. But here, Singapore itself is the problem for the southern, what is it called? The Solomon Sea. Whereas I have control the Caspian Sea into the northern passage into it. So it's a southern passage I've got to fight over. Singapore is going to be definitely a target, or at least destroy them. But yeah, so pretty much if I keep playing right now, or if it's in my, or whether I keep playing or it's in my next stream, Incans, Mapuche, Valletta, Anshan, Singapore, and Buenos Aires. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by where I'm right at the edge of it, so it kind of throws me off when I have to go look on the left and right side. But yeah, because I don't think anything else over here I'm worried about. This is just a lot of nothing. These city-states can keep growing for all I care. Funny enough, though, I don't know anything in this continent, because this is technically the Americas. This is technically the New World, I think, because I think no matter what, the main continent is supposed to be based on Eurasia and Africa, which means it's usually supposed to be like one big continent, which is more the continent I'm part of, whereas the smaller continent is supposed to be more of the New World kind of thing, which definitely is this one. But now I have a foothold on it. Not that it was going to be difficult or anything like that. Again, easy game, I know. There's not really any difficulty to what I'm doing, and I'm not playing for difficulty. But I already said that many times. If anyone ever like talks to me about it, then I'll mention it again, and I'll probably bring it up now and again, but I'll try not to talk about that as much. Yeah. New colonies are doing well too. This one, I was surprised I didn't have any civilizations to fight against. I'm also glad that they never tried to attack me through land, but one thing I need to remember is no matter what, like they can't differentiate between naval military strength and land-based military strength, which I feel like obviously Civ 7's already a thing, and I'm not sure if it might be the case on that one, but I feel like they should separate them so that it's more, so the AI can like recognize what they can do, what they can't do a little bit more. But either way, I think I might have built up my defenses more, but I feel like I would have been fine anyways. There's too many hills, woods, and the river defense here. So, and this is the only real area I had to worry about. I had to worry about that anyways. Yeah. All right. I do think that I am going to end on this turn, but let's see how I'm going to feel at the end of this. All right, going to go quiet. Hope you guys keep enjoying, and if I do end the stream soon, I hope I'll see you in the next one. Alright, I get that those messages don't mean much of anything. But reading that just makes me like, okay, maybe I gotta put you in your place just a little bit. I mean, I could go after Nagmapu and just annoy them there, but... Well, obviously I'm not gonna... Enemy... What? Oh, can bear. Oof, that's rough. Alright, maybe I'll do one more turn. I know I said that was gonna be my last turn. I know that's also a common thing for people. But it's a bit different. I don't want to have to risk that again. Ooh, okay, shoot you. I feel like I'm getting every single admiral, honestly. I'm not surprised. How many points? I never even checked. How many points am I getting? Oh no, yeah, there's others that are getting plenty too, probably. Oh, that's engineer. My bad. I was gonna say, I was like, only 8? That's kind of surprising. No, no. I'm making 61. That would do it. I'm sure they've probably got them now and again, but not as many. Definitely not as many. Unless I'm gonna give you a builder, because I wanna get that going. Oh yeah, so try to. Honestly, the city doesn't look like it has as much, just, well, obviously it doesn't anymore, but just because I've destroyed the other city that actually looked like it was doing really well. But I like this spot more. Why? Wait, what was the reasoning again? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think it was just for the, I think it was just for the loyalty, which really did not matter anymore, but whatever. I kind of... Alright, I want to not have a settler for a while at that point. So go with you. Go with that. Go with that. And then I'll probably have to go with that one. You should be fine by then anyways. I mean, that's definitely fine. Alright. Curious here. I don't even care out here. I think it's supposed to be French, and usually the ER makes the A sound, but I don't know. I have no idea. It might not even be related to that. Alright. Okay, I am gonna do that though, because I don't want to have you around as much. I am gonna upgrade the remaining boats too. Just neutralized. Yeah, those two messages were the same thing. It looks like I am gonna leave that one just so I can have extra defenses for that. I don't need that one. Oh, come on. Seriously, whatever. Egypt's gonna be going is gonna go down eventually anyways. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. But Buenos Aires will be next. I'm probably gonna try to build up some not skirmishers. I have rangers now. Rangers, so I can have them go scout out the rest of the continent. Because I've explored most of this one except for the heartlands of some of it. It's the east, this portion that's still Actually, hang on. Because of that, I'm going to have you go down towards that way so I can promote you. Right, you can go on. Pretty sure this is going to be more than enough. But I do think I'm going to end the stream anyways at the end, after this turn, like I said on the previous one. I just don't want to worry. I just don't want to forget about the spy, because my spies are very new, so I have to make sure that I'm setting them up, because I'm not going to think about them next time until someone gets stolen. I don't want to lose another governor. What was you again? Lighthouse and ship. Oh, okay, hang on a second. No, right over here. Yeah, you're gonna be a good one. You already got a lighthouse, it'd be kind of a waste. Okay. Go in there. Transfer. Alright. fine with them being an issue in the land. Although at the same time, that's more where I'm gonna go than I'll probably take them out in the next stream. This is fun. I might even play again later tonight. It's really gonna depend on what I play between now. Well, it's really depending on what I play after this and how well it goes. I swear I can talk sometimes. Mohenjo-Daro I might try getting. It's not, to me, it's definitely nowhere near as good as Auckland. Getting the extra production from just sea tiles is so much better. But getting fresh water just from being on the coast is also really nice. Mohenjo-Daro is one of the ones I usually go for right away. It's for my naval civs, I'm pretty sure there's one I'm not thinking of, but it's usually Cardiff, Mohenjo-Daro, and Auckland. Auckland being my favorite for production, especially early game. Mohenjo-Daro, I would say, follows it because of the fresh water. Again, not as useful, but still nice. And Cardiff is my least favorite of the three, but it's better for late game because of the extra power. Not that it gives a whole lot, but I'm not, honestly, outside of the crap tons of coal I'm gonna have, I don't have a lot of ways to, for renewable energy. I don't have actually there's not very many rivers, period, but I don't even think I have any floodplains in any of my cities, so I don't have any dams. And the geothermal vents, I'm definitely going to be using them, but that's only here in Carthage and I think over here in Amaret. There might be one or two I'm forgetting about, but my homeland, no, I don't think there's any of that. Of course, there are other alternatives, but the windmills I try not to go for as much unless I need to. Oh, I didn't realize that something was happening over here. No. Probably should be looking more at the side, but there's so many things that come up now that's just like, I'd rather just ignore it. Oh, Mapuche is... Yeah, okay. Good to know. They're definitely... Yeah, I'm definitely far from the best for culture. I'm not doing bad just because of how well I'm doing in everything else, most things, but Mapuche, Russia, and the Greek Empire. If I put a focus on it, I'd do better. I mean, my science is already quite a bit better. I mean, I've had a side focus on it. Probably, I think actually that might be what I do next as well. Wow, not a whole lot to do, but that's good, because when I get back to either streaming, when I do my next stream, the less I have to worry about, the better. The easier it will be to get back into it. Yeah, so I already kind of talked about what I was gonna be doing for my next one. Don't think I have anything in particular I want to do, per se, rather. Because if I do anything, it's just gonna get reset anyways. But yeah, Brendo's area is probably gonna be gone within several just a few turns, so I'm not expecting that one to take very long. Yeah, I already talked a lot in the last like 15 minutes, so I think I already said everything. Part of me wants to keep going, but I know I'm just gonna be like not wanting to keep playing very, very soon. Like, and I don't. Ooh. Okay. Maybe I do need to take you out. That's gonna be a problem. I'm probably gonna end the stream. I'm just gonna keep looking over the map because I tend to do that a lot, actually. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the Gaia map script. I kind of wish I found it a long time ago. Definitely would have enjoyed it sooner. Part of my problem with Civ 6, I would say in more recent years, like I was playing it a lot for a long time, and it was good for just well, wasting a whole day away, but like just relaxing, not having to worry about it, not dealing with people all the time. Just lock myself in a room and play. And actually, I used to play Marathon. No, was it Marathon or Epic? The second longest type of game. I always played that type for a long time. I probably would do that again at some point, but Standard's good enough for me. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna watch some videos, relax, and then I'm either hop back on here or a different game. All right, I'm just gonna end the stream because at this point I'm wanting to talk, but I have nothing to talk about, and that's not a good combination. All right, well, Thank you for everybody that stopped by and anyone that watches this in the future. I will be doing another stream of this. I'm not sure about after that, of course. I've been able to keep this going because I'm really loving how this feels. Usually Conquest is only early game, and I've mentioned that previously. But it's really nice actually having like some nice cities or areas to take kind of thing. Like, because usually it's just a big square, big circle for the continent kind of thing with very few civilizations that are actually worth going after. This is perfect for me. I get islands I can settle. There's multiple continents that have cool shapes. This one's a bit rounded, don't get me wrong, but like there's so many little peninsulas that are here, there, everywhere kind of thing. That's just nice. It's a great combination. Once I have the entire map shown and revealed, I'm gonna definitely look it over to see how it looks as just in general. Yeah, especially with the strategy map, but yeah. Alright. Again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.